Chapter 3: Elements, Compounds and Mixtures, Experimental Techniques. This theme will enable students to understand that the earth mainly consists of mixtures containing elements and compounds. These are of different types, and many a times the separation of components of mixtures is required for practical utility. Students will also know about and discuss the different techniques for separation of the components of a mixture to get the pure components. Learning outcomes. After studying this chapter, students will be able to identify elements and compounds on the basis of their properties and the type of atoms present in them, differentiate between mixtures and compounds on the basis of their properties and composition of constituents, provide examples of elements, compounds and mixtures from daily life, discuss different techniques for separation of components of mixtures, justify the reason for the use of a particular technique in separation of a mixture, explain chromatography and its importance. Important terms and their definitions. Atom. Atom is the smallest part of an element that takes part in a chemical reaction. Element. An element is a substance that cannot be split into simpler substances by a chemical means or a physical means. Compound. A compound is a substance that can be split into two or more substances by a chemical means. Mixture. A mixture is a substance containing more than one element or compound in any proportion. Symbol of an element. Symbol of an element signifies the name of the element and the atom of the element. Introduction. Things around us like air, water and gold are all made of matter, yet they differ from each other. The matter around us is of two types, pure substances and mixtures. The mixtures are impure substances. What are pure substances? Pure substances are made up of same kind of atoms or molecules, particles, and have a definite set of properties. The composition of pure substances is uniform throughout the bulk, that is, they are homogeneous. For example, sulfur element is made up of only one kind of particles called sulfur atoms. Therefore, sulfur is a pure substance. Both elements and compounds are pure substances because they contain only one kind of particles. Elements like hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine, bromine, iodine, carbon, sulfur, iron, copper, silver, gold, mercury and silicon are pure substances. Compounds such as water, carbon dioxide, sodium chloride, sugar, copper sulfate, alum, aluminum potassium sulfate, calcium oxide, sodium hydroxide, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, potassium permanganate, camphor are pure substances. Matter, pure substances. Only one substance is present and has no impurities. Elements. Elements cannot be divided into simpler substances. Compounds. These are made from elements chemically bonded together. Mixture. More than one substance present. Homogeneous mixture. Substances completely mixed. Mixture exists in one state or one phase. Heterogeneous mixtures. Substances separate one state or one phase, spread throughout the other. What are impure substances? Impure substances are made up of two or more pure substances mixed together in any proportions. They do not have definite set of properties, but they retain the properties of constituent substances. The composition of impure substances is not uniform throughout the bulk, that is, they may be homogeneous or heterogeneous. For example, salt solution is a mixture of two pure substances, salt and water, and milk is a mixture of water, fat and proteins, etc. All the mixtures are impure substances. Salt solution, sugar solution, milk, seawater, air, sugarcane juice, soft drinks, jaggery or gur, rocks, minerals, petroleum, tea, coffee, paint, wood, soil and bricks are all examples of mixtures. Add to your knowledge. The property which allows the metals to be hammered or beaten into thin sheets without breaking is called malleability. The property which allows the metals to be drawn or stretched into thin wires without breaking is called ductility. The property due to which non-metals break into pieces on hammering is called brittleness. Brittleness is the opposite of malleability and ductility. Elements. Some substances are found to contain only one kind of atoms or molecules. These substances are called elements. Elements are the limited number of basic substances from which millions of more substances are made. Atoms of each element has a definite mass known as atomic mass. Copper metal is made of only one kind of atoms called copper atoms, so copper metal is an element. Similarly, iron metal is made of only iron atoms, so iron metal is also an element. Robert Boyle was the first scientist to use the term element in 1661. It is clear from the above discussion that an element is made of same kind of atoms. In other words, all the atoms of an element are identical. There are 115 elements known at present, out of which 92 elements occur in nature, while the remaining 23 elements have been prepared artificially. Every substance in this world is made of one or more of these elements. Hydrogen, helium, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, chlorine, bromine, iodine, sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, aluminum, copper, silver, gold, zinc, iron, silicon, tin and mercury are some of the examples of elements. Diamond and graphite are also elements. They are the allotrophic forms of carbon element. Each element is represented by a separate symbol. Classification of elements. All metals except mercury, which is a liquid, are solids at room temperature. Metals are usually lustrous, ductile, malleable and good conductors of heat and electricity. For example, sodium Na, magnesium Mg, calcium Ca, copper Cu, potassium K, etc. Non-metals are generally liquid and gases at room temperature. They have dull surfaces and cannot easily be hammered into another shape. They are poor conductors of heat and electricity. For example, hydrogen gas H2, oxygen gas O2, nitrogen gas H2, sulfur solid S, carbon solid C, etc. Some elements are solids. Some elements are liquids, whereas other elements are gases at the room temperature. For example, sodium and carbon elements are solids, mercury and bromine elements are liquids, whereas hydrogen and oxygen elements are gases at the room temperature. Most of the materials around us are made up by the combination of two or more elements. For example, water is a common material which is made up of two elements, hydrogen and oxygen. Similarly, sugar is a common material which is made up of three elements, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Names and symbols of elements. The names of elements are derived from various sources. For example, some derive their names from Greek, some from Latin, some from their regions of discovery, and some from the names of famous scientists and so on. The International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, IUPAC, has therefore allocated a unique chemical symbol for each element. These symbols are accepted, understood and used by scientists all over the world. How elements got their symbols. The symbols of most of the elements correspond to the first letter of their English names. For example, the symbol of hydrogen is H and that of carbon is C. When more than one element has the same initial letter in their names, for example, carbon, calcium, chlorine and chromium, then the symbols have two letters. For example, the symbol of carbon is C, symbol of calcium is Ca, the symbol of chlorine is Cl, and the symbol for chromium is Cr. Similarly, The symbol of manganese is Mn, whereas symbol of magnesium is Mg. While writing these symbols, the first letter is always capital and the second is small. The symbols of some elements are derived from the original Latin names. For example, the Latin name of iron is ferrum, so its symbol is Fe. Similarly, the Latin name of gold is aurum, so its symbol is Au. In 1808, John Dalton, a scientist, tried to name the various elements based on these pictorial symbols. Some of Dalton's symbols are shown in figure 3.3 above. The use of these symbols was discarded by Berzelius, and he introduced the modern system of representing an item of an element. Significance of the symbol of an element. Symbol of an element signifies name of the element, an atom of the element, a definite mass, atomic mass of the element. For example, the symbol C for carbon denotes the name of the element carbon, one atom of carbon, a definite mass of carbon, that is 12 atomic mass unit, 12 AMU. The names and symbols of some elements are given in table 3.1 below. Names and symbols of some elements. Element, symbol, aluminium Al, arsenic As, barium Ba, bismuth Br, calcium Ca, carbon C, chlorine Cr, cobalt Co, fluorine F, helium He, hydrogen H, iodine I, magnesium Mg, manganese Mn, neon Ne, nickel Ni, nitrogen N, oxygen O, phosphorus P, platinum Pt, radium Ra, silicon Si, sulfur S, xenon Xe, zinc Zn. One or two letters of the Latin name of an element. Name, English, Latin, symbol. Sodium, natrium Na, potassium, kalium K, iron ferrum Fe, copper cuprum Cu, silver argentum Ag, tin stannum Su, gold aurum Au, lead plumbum Pb, mercury hydrargyrum Hg. Formulae of elements. A molecule of a noble gas, example helium He, neon Ne or argon Ar, contains only one atom of the element. Hence, the molecules of these elements are represented as He, Ne and Ar. These gases are said to be monoatomic. However, a molecule of hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen or chlorine contains two atoms of the element. They are diatomic and are represented as H2, N2, O2 and Cl2 respectively. A common example of a triatomic gas is ozone, O3. Atomicity. The number of atoms contained in a molecule of an element is called its atomicity. The atomicity of phosphorus is 4, P4, and that of sulfur is 8, S8. Atomicities of some elements. Monoatomic, helium He, neon Ne, argon Ar, kryton Kr, xenon Xe. Diatomic, hydrogen H2, nitrogen N2, oxygen O2, fluorine F2, bromine Br2, iodine I2. Triatomic, ozone O3, tetratomic, phosphorus P4, octatomic, sulfur S8. Formation of elements. How the elements are formed, let's perform an activity. Compounds. A compound is a pure substance formed by the two or more elements chemically combined in a fixed ratio by mass. For example, water H2O is a compound formed by two elements, hydrogen and oxygen, chemically combined in a fixed ratio of 1:8 by mass. Similarly, common salt, sodium chloride, NaCl, is a compound formed by two elements, sodium and chlorine. Ammonium chloride, NH4Cl, is a compound formed by three elements, nitrogen, hydrogen, and chlorine. Compounds can be further divided into three classes, acids, bases, and salts, on the basis of their properties. For example, sulfuric acid is an acid, sodium hydroxide is a base, whereas sodium sulfate is a salt. Formula of compounds. The formula of a compound formed by two elements is obtained by transposing their valencies. Suppose an element A has a valency Y and element B has a valency X. Then the compound formed between A and B will have the formula AXBY. The subscripts should be divided by a common factor if any. YBAX is AXBY, 4B2A, A2B4, AB2. There are some exceptions like H2O2, hydrogen peroxide, in which the numeral subscripts are not divided by the common factor. The reasons for this is out of scope of this book. In the following table, table 3.4, formula of some common compounds are given. Characteristics of compounds. Compounds are homogeneous in nature. They cannot be broken into their constituent elements by physical means. The physical and chemical properties of a compound are different from those of its constituent elements. Energy is absorbed or liberated during the formation of a compound. They have a fixed composition and a definite melting and boiling point. Variable valency. In some elements, the valencies vary. Such elements are said to have variable valency. For example, iron has a variable valency of 2 as in FeCl2 and 3 as in FeCl3. To distinguish between them, FeCl2 is named iron 2 and chloride and FeCl3 is named iron 3 chloride. This method of naming a compound is adopted if it contains an element with variable valency. Some elements with variable valencies: metal, copper 1, 2, iron 2, 3, tin 2, 4, lead 2, 4, non-metal, phosphorus 3, 5, sulfur 2, 4, 6. Hence, knowing the valencies, we can write the formula of the corresponding compounds. Copper L chloride 1 Cu 1 Cl CuCl, copper 2 chloride 2 Cu 1 Cl CuCl2, iron 2 oxide 2 Fe2O FeO, iron 3 oxide 3 Fe2O Fe2O3. The world of atoms. By the experiments of Sir J.J. Thomson, Lord Rutherford, James Chadwick and others, it was proved that atoms are made up of still smaller particles, electrons, protons and neutrons. They are called subatomic or fundamental particles. The electron. An electron carries a negative electrical charge which is considered as the unit of negative change. It is extremely light, 1800 times lighter than the lightest of all atoms. Therefore, its mass is negligible. The proton. A proton carries a positive electrical change which is taken as the unit of positive change. Its mass is the same as that of a hydrogen atom, that is 1 AMU. The neutron. A neutron carries no electrical charge. In other words, it is electrically neutron, so the name neutron. Its mass is almost the same as that of a proton, that is 1 AMU. The atomic mass unit. An atom is so light that one cannot weigh it on a balance. Scientists use the mass of the hydrogen atom as the standard for measuring the masses of other atoms. According to this scale, the mass of the hydrogen atom is 1 atomic mass unit, AMU. Isotopes. Some elements have atoms with different mass numbers. For example, chlorine, atomic number 17, has two types of atoms with mass numbers 35, 3517Cl and 3717Cl. Such atoms are called isotopes. Ions. Electrically charged atoms are called ions. Positive ions are known as cations and negative ions are known as anions. Radicals. Ions are also called radicals. Na plus, K plus, Ca2 plus, etc. are positive radicals, whereas Cl minus, O2 minus, S2 minus, etc. are negative radicals. There are certain groups of atoms that behave like single atoms. They have a valency and usually remain intact in a chemical reaction. They are called compound radicals. Such radicals also carry positive or negative charges. In the following table, table 3.6, some common compound radicals are given. Some common compound radicals: monovalent, divalent, trivalent, ammonium NH4 plus, sulfate SO2 minus 4, phosphate PO3 minus 4, hydroxide OH minus, carbonate CO2 minus 3, nitrate NO minus 2, hydrogen carbonate or bicarbonate HCO3 minus. The formulae of compounds containing radicals can also be written by transposing the valencies and dividing them by a common factor if any. For example, the compound formed by Cu2 plus and CO3 2 minus is CuCO3 and not Cu2 or CO3 2. Here valencies 2 have been divided by the common factor 2. In the following table 3.7, formula of some compounds have been mentioned. The formula of some compounds: compound radical formulae: sodium hydroxide Na plus OH minus NaOH, ammonium hydroxide NH4 plus OH minus Na4OH, ammonium nitrate NH4 plus NO3 minus NHNO3, potassium sulfate K plus SO4 2 minus NH4 2 SO4, ammonium sulfate NH4 plus SO4 2 minus NH4 2 SO4, copper carbonate Cu2 plus CO3 2 minus CuCO3, sodium hydrogen carbonate Na plus HCO3 minus NaHCO3. Organic and inorganic compounds. In the olden days, the compounds obtained from living organisms, plants and animals were called organic components. For example, all carbon compounds except CO, CO2, carbonates and hydrogen carbonates. The compounds obtained from minerals were called inorganic compounds. For example, ion carbon compounds plus CO, CO2, carbonates and hydrogen carbonates. Mixtures. A mixture is formed when two or more substances are combined together in any proportion such that they retain their individual properties and can be separated by physical means. For example, air is a mixture of gases like oxygen, nitrogen, argon, carbon dioxide and water vapor, etc. All mixtures are impure substances as they are formed by the physical combination of two or more substances. The various substances present in a mixture are known as constituents of the mixture or components of the mixture. Air, gunpowder, brass, salt solution, sugar solution, milk, seawater, ink, kerosene oil, petrol, petroleum, lime water, paint, glass, coal, soil, wood, blood, starch solution, soap solution are some of the examples of matter. Difference between mixtures and compounds. Mixtures, compounds. Mixtures consist of two or more different elements and or compounds physically intermingled. Compounds consist of atoms of two or more different elements bound together chemically. Mixtures can be separated into their constituents by the physical processes like filtration, evaporation, sublimation, distillation, solvents, magnet, etc. Compounds cannot be separated into their constituents by physical processes. They can only be separated into their constituents by chemical processes. Mixtures show the properties of the constituents. Properties of compounds are entirely different from those of their constituents. Energy in the form of heat, light, etc. is usually neither given out nor absorbed in the preparation of a mixture. Energy in the form of heat, light, etc. is usually given out or absorbed during the preparation of a compound. The composition of mixtures is variable. The constituents are present in any proportion by mass. Mixtures do not have a definite formula. The composition of compounds is fixed. The constituents are present in a fixed proportion by mass. Compounds have a definite formula. Mixtures do not have fixed melting point, boiling point, etc. Compounds have fixed melting, boiling point, etc. Analysis of properties of mixture before heating and the solid left after heating. Mixture before heating, solid after heating. Action with water. Take a portion of mixture X in a test tube and add water. Shake it well and allow it to stand for some time. We see two layers. The denser iron settles at the bottom of the test tube and sulfur layer is formed above it. Iron and sulfur have been separated by physical means. No sign of separation of iron and sulfur. Action with magnet. Bring a magnet near the mixture. Iron gets attracted to the magnet, leaving behind sulfur. Bring a magnet near the solid. No such attraction is absorbed. Action with carbon disulfide. Half fill the test tube with carbon disulfide. Add a portion to mixture X to it and shake well. Filter it and evaporate the filtrate by heating. A yellow deposit of sulfur is left behind. Sulfur is repeated from the mixture. Iron being insoluble in carbon disulfide is left in the residue. Action of dilute hydrochloric acid. Add dilute hydrochloric acid to the mixture taken in a test tube. Warm gently. Brisk effervescence occurs due to the evolution of hydrogen gas. Iron plus hydrochloric acid, iron 2 chloride plus hydrogen, Fe plus 2HCl, FeCl2 plus H2, sulfur remains unchanged. Add dilute hydrochloric acid to the solid X gas with the odor of rotten eggs is generated. Iron sulfide plus hydrochloric acid, iron 2 chloride plus hydrogen sulfide, Fes plus 2HCl, FeCl2 plus H2S. In the above analysis, we conclude that the solid left after heating is a compound. The properties of compounds and mixtures are different, which is shown in table 3.9 above. Types of mixtures. All mixtures can be classified as follows. Mixtures: homogeneous, heterogeneous. Homogeneous mixtures. Those mixtures in which the two or more substances that form the mixture are evenly distributed throughout the mixture. It has no visible boundaries of separation between the various constituents. For example, a mixture of alcohol and water is a homogeneous mixture. Unpolluted air is a homogeneous mixture of gases. Heterogeneous mixtures. Those mixtures in which the two or more substances that form the mixture are not evenly distributed throughout the mixture. It has visible boundaries of separation between the various constituents. The mixture of sugar and sand is a heterogeneous mixture because different parts of this mixture will have more of sugar particles, whereas other parts will have more of sand particles. All the homogeneous mixtures are called solutions. All the suspensions and colloids are heterogeneous mixtures. Characteristics of mixtures. A mixture is made up of two or more constituents which can be separated by physical methods like filtration, sublimation, evaporation, etc. The properties of a mixture depend upon the properties of its constituents. During the formation of a mixture, no energy is liberated or absorbed. They do not have definite melting or boiling points. They have a variable composition. Solutions. A special type of homogeneous mixture in which one substance or solute is dissolved in another substance or solvent. For example, salt water is salt dissolved in water in such a way that the salt no longer exists as salt particles within the water. Most of the mixtures are heterogeneous. Only solutions and alloys are homogeneous mixtures. Suspension. A suspension is an example of heterogeneous mixture. It is formed when an insoluble solid is added to a solvent. In a suspension, the particles of the insoluble solid stay in big clusters that can be seen with the naked eye. Chalk powder dissolved in water forms a suspension. Emulsion. An emulsion is also an example of heterogeneous mixture. It is formed when one liquid is dispersed as tiny droplets throughout another liquid. Mixture of oil and water, milk and emulsion paints are common examples of emulsion. Types of mixtures on the basis of state. Solid state. Metal alloys are the solutions of solid state, example brass in a solution of zinc in copper. Solid liquid state. Sugar solution and salt solution are the solutions of solid liquid state. Liquid state. Vinegar is a solution of ethanoic acid in water. Separation techniques of mixtures. All methods or techniques used for separation of mixtures are based on the important physical properties of the constituents of the mixtures. Different mixtures are separated by using different physical processes. The various physical processes which are commonly used to separate the constituents of mixtures are evaporation, chromatography, distillation, separating funnel, sublimation, fractional distillation, etc. Out of the above separating techniques, some of them which are asked in the syllabus are explained here under. Separation of mixture by evaporation technique. Evaporation involves heating the mixture so that the liquid evaporates, leaving behind the solid solute. Evaporation is used to separate a solid substance that has dissolved in water. Separation of mixtures by distillation technique. In this technique, the solution is heated in a round-bottomed distillation flask so that the liquid evaporates. A special apparatus called Liebig's condenser is fitted to the flask. Cold water is passed through the condenser which cools the vapors. Distilled water used in laboratories is prepared by this water. Separation of mixtures by a separating funnel technique. In a mixture containing invisible liquids, the lighter liquid will float on top of the heavier liquid. Here the components are separated by using a separating funnel. A separating funnel consists of a glass bulb. At the stem of the glass bulb is a stopcock to control the flow of liquid through it. A mixture of oil and water can be separated using a separating funnel. Separation of mixtures by sublimation technique. This method or technique of separation of a mixture of solids can be used if one of the constituents of the mixture sublimes, that is, on heating, it changes directly to gaseous state without passing through the liquid. Separation of mixtures by fractional distillation technique. The technique of fractional distillation works on the principle that in a mixture, the liquids have an appreciable difference in their boiling points. In this method, a fractionating column is fitted into a distillation flask. When a mixture of two liquids is heated in the distillation flask, the liquid with the lower boiling point will boil first. Vapors of this liquid reach the top of the column, get condensed in the condenser and are collected in the flask placed at the other end of the condenser. The liquid with the higher boiling point vaporizes later, once the liquid with the lower boiling point has been distilled. Chromatography as a separation technique. Chromatography is a technique of separation of the constituents of a small quantity of a mixture of substances that dissolve in the same liquid. This technique is used specially to separate the constituents of a mixture color dyes present in an ink. A special paper called chromatographic paper is used for the purpose. This technique works on the principle of different rate of absorption by this paper. Paper chromatography. In paper chromatography, a technique is used to separate colored dyes from a given ink. The solvent is water and absorbing material is filter paper. Procedure. First of all, take 10 to 15 cm long rectangular strip of filter paper. Now from one end of the filter paper, draw a 3 to 4 centimeter long line. In the center of the line, put a spot of ink and wait to dry the ink spot. Now hang the filter paper in such a way that the end nearer to the ink spot touches the water. After some time, the water will rise via the filter paper and comes in contact with the ink spot. It dissolves the constituents of the mixture and carries them to different distances along the paper. Now as the solvent dries out, different batches of color appear at different intervals depending on the rates of absorption. Fast track chapter at a glance. An element is a substance that cannot be split into simpler substances by a chemical means or a physical means. A compound is a substance that can be split into two or more substances by a chemical means. A mixture is a substance containing more than one element or compound in any proportion. An atom of an element cannot be created or destroyed. Atoms are made up of electrons, protons, and neutrons. The atoms of an element with different mass numbers are called isotopes. Electrically charged atoms are called ions. Ions are also called radicals. There are various techniques to separate mixtures. Chapter 4.